Hello. Today, I will recap the controversial 2014 action comedy film The Interview. This film is about Dave Skylark and his producer Aaron Rappaport, who run the TV show Skylark Tonight. They travel all the way to North Korea to interview the supreme leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-Un, while carrying out a mission from the CIA to kill Kim. At the beginning of the film, there is a little girl who sings a song in Korean whose lyrics praising Kim Jong-un, and also cursing America. After she finished singing, then Korea launched a rocket. The launch of the rocket spread to various news stations in the world, including in America. Meanwhile, Dave Skylark on TV show Skylark Tonight. He interviewing Eminem about his song's lyrics being deemed inappropriate and insulting to older people. In the middle of interview, Eminem later admitted that he was gay. Eminem's confession made the telephone line at this event full of people who were very surprised to hear that. This news automatically sent Skylark Tonight skyrocketing. Then they held a small celebration because this show is already 10 years old or 1,000 episodes. At the celebration, Aaron met his old friend who then belittled Aaron's work as a producer on Skylark Tonight. This made Aaron a little hit and thought to himself that maybe he wasn't that great. Then Aaron and Dave committed to making their show even better. When Aaron was in his office, Dave suddenly came by showing a news snippet from the Times that Kim Jong-un really idolized the show Skylark Tonight. Dave is very excited, and he plans to interview Kim Jong-un. Aaron then contacted the North Korean government and offered to interview their leader Kim Jong-un. Suddenly Aaron received a call from the office of the Secretary of Communications of the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea. Aaron didn't believe it at first, but then they made an appointment to meet at a predetermined area. Aaron immediately left for China to a predetermined location. When Aaron was sleeping because he was tired of waiting, suddenly a helicopter that belonged to North Korea came down. A sexy female soldier named Suk-in Park who represented the president said that the president agreed to an interview, but all questions would be provided by the president himself. And Aaron only has 24 hours to make a decision. After Aaron and Dave brought up the conversation, they decided to take the chance and instantly made headlines all over the TV station, and everyone looked down on them. After consuming the ecstasy pill, they relaxed and partied a little. In the morning, two CIA agents, namely Agent Lacey and Agent Botwin, who aimed to explain that Kim Jong-un was very dangerous and the CIA wanted them to kill him. Dave immediately agreed to the plan because he was flirting with Lacey. They then negotiated and agreed. The next day, they were invited to the CIA headquarters and given a briefing on how to kill Kim Jong-un. They had to give poison secretly, and it had to be kept secret. But Dave wanted to go the extreme way and look cool. They had an absurd conversation because of Dave's highly aroused behavior with Agent Lacey. But Agent Lacey managed to convince them to do it the way the CIA had arranged. After receiving the details of the ways to poison Kim Jong-un, and then putting it into practice and training, but always failing because of Dave's silliness. Then they got the pseudonyms Dung Beetle, Dave, and Aardvark, Aaron. Before they left the building, Aaron realized that the bag Dave was carrying was not the one the CIA had given him. But Dave reassured that it was okay, and he had put the poison in a bubblegum packet. They then on their way to North Korea, they were greeted with great fanfare, and there also Suk was waiting for them. Dave then made a very disjointed little speech. Suk explained that everything the outside world heard about North Korea was a lie. Suk explained that North Korea is actually a prosperous country, and their leader is a very good person. Suk escorted them to President Kim Jong-un's place. Officers Ko and Yu checked their bags and found a package of chewing gum containing the poison. Then Ko checked by eating the gum. The officers were unsuspecting and then escorted them to their rooms. There was a problem because they had no more poison to use. Agent Lacey looks for a way to send back the poison they will use to poison Kim Jong-un. They made the poison again and sent it to Dave and Aaron through the air. Lacey assigns Aaron to pick up the poison package. Aaron then carries out the mission. But there was a problem that a tiger then crossed paths with Aaron. Aaron panicked and was confused by Lacey's guidance and Dave's stupid ideas. Aaron runs scared and chased by the tiger. Just before the tiger pounced on Aaron, a poison package launched from the plane arrived and stabbed into the tiger's head and killed him. Very lucky. Aaron managed to get the package. But there are several guards approaching Aaron. Then Dave had a crazy idea, which was to have Aaron put the package in his ass. He did it, haha. Aaron was caught by the guards and searched, until he was forced to strip naked. They found nothing. Aaron took the package out from his ass, and gave the poison to Dave. Suddenly there was a knock on the door, and it turned out to be Kim Jong-Un. They panicked and forced the door open. Kim Jong-Un looked very happy and nervous because he met Dave Skylark, who was his idol. Kim took a tour around his house and had dinner. Kim explained again that North Korea is actually a prosperous country. Dave agreed because he had seen a fat child on the side of the road. Kim invites Dave to see his collection of luxury sports cars, and also the tank that was given by Stalin to his grandfather Kim. The two of them then got into the tank and Dave accidentally touched the audio system on the tank and played a Katy Perry song. Kim was embarrassed and evaded that he didn't include the song, but Dave said he liked Katy Perry too. Kim felt comfortable with Dave because they had a lot in common. Kim rode the tank and fired the gun that was in the tank. Suk took Aaron to the control room and explained all the security protocols in the interview later. Officer Ko is suspicious of Aaron, but Suk defends Aaron. Kim and Dave play basketball together, and have a great time. Dave asked about the rumors about Kim. They both engage in sentimental conversations and reinforce and support each other. Kim's soft side radiated in their conversation. Kim told Dave that his father thought Kim and his brother were too feminine. Kim then took the bitch women out and partied with Dave all night. After the party, Dave returned to the room and told him it was a great night and said that Kim was a very cool person. Aaron tries to remind them that their job is to kill Kim, but Dave keeps trying to convince him that Kim is a cool person and becomes his friend. Suddenly the officer came, and they both asked about the officer's condition, which made the officer suspicious. They were both invited to the president's banquet hall. They were treated to guitar performances from small Korean children. Aaron then sees Officer Ko, who looks sick, and gives a code to Dave, but the stupid Dave just thinks dirty and mischievous. Suddenly the show stops as Officer Ko falls down, vomits, and has diarrhea. Suddenly Officer Ko shoots another officer in the head. Suddenly, everyone in the room screamed in tears. Including Aaron and Dave, even though they were just pretending. Dave then argues with Aaron that Kim is a good person and Dave wants to quit the mission. They had a fight and Dave dumped the remaining poison on him. Kim comes to Dave's room to invite him to eat. Aaron tries to carry out the mission to kill Kim, but is thwarted by Dave by saying that Aaron is a Jew. Aaron tried to expel the poison stuck to his hand. Suk comes to room and says they have to discuss about interview tomorrow. At dinner, Kim is furious that Ko and you are so loyal. Kim's emotions then rise because she thinks many traitors don't believe that she can be as great as her father. Kim stressed that he did not hesitate to kill many people, whether in his own country or in the world, to prove his power. Dave begins to realize that Kim is evil. One of the officers made Kim realize that Dave was American, and he heard everything Kim said. Dave asked for time to leave the room. Meanwhile Aaron and Suk were alone in the room. Suk tells the origin of her being Kim's personal bodyguard. Suk and Aaron are then attracted to each other, and they have sex. Dave goes home on foot, and sees that the shop he saw when he first arrived was a fake one. All the fruit there is fake. Dave realized that Kim had lied to him. Aaron and Suk are involved in a very passionate sex relationship, but Aaron is worried that the poison in his hands will touch Suk's body. Suk then loses the mood and admits that she is also against Kim Jong-un, but he can't fight back, because Kim is supported by the whole society. Dave came and entered the room. He was angry to know that Kim had lied to him. They rearrange a plan to kill Kim, but Dave is not aware that Suk is in the room. Suk then comes out and says that she hates Kim too. Suk tries to make sure that killing Kim won't change anything. They have to make people not trust Kim anymore, then things will change. By interviewing Kim and revealing all of Kim's lies. In between their preparations, Aaron and Suk took the time to have sex again. Dave memorized all the data and figures about North Korea to use in later interviews. Dave and Aaron had an emotional conversation like they were about to part. It's interview time. Before the interview started, Kim gave Dave a present, which was a cute little dog. The dog was to replace Dave's dead dog Digby. Kim explains that he understands Dave's feelings, and Dave responds by saying that Kim is his brother. Everyone, including the studios in America, was looking forward to this interview. The whole world is watching this interview. Dave opened the interview and provoked Kim to answer honestly. At first, Dave asked unimportant questions which were made up by Kim himself. Then Dave asked a serious question about nuclear weapons from North Korea, but still defended Kim. Then Dave asked about Kim's treatment of his people, why Kim didn't feed them. Everyone watching was tensed waiting for Kim's reaction and answer. Dave then shows a sad fact about the lives of the people of North Korea, who were abandoned by their leader, Kim. The technicians at Kim's studio start to get suspicious, but Suk assures them that this is part of the plan. Dave then says about the fake shop and the fake fat little kid he saw. Kim is cornered. The officer in Kim's control room is about to press the button to cut off the broadcast, but is blocked by Suk and Aaron. The watching officer ordered the soldiers to stop the broadcast. The chaos ensued because one of the officers pressed the button to cut off the broadcast. Aaron blocked it and the officer bit Aaron's finger off. Suk closed the control room door to block the soldiers from coming. The officer who had bitten Aaron's finger then got up and fought back again, but Aaron bit his finger off. Then he also bit Aaron's other finger until it broke too. Disgusting. Chaos ensued. Meanwhile, Kim is getting more and more confident and says that Dave is a joke and can't afford to do a real interview. Dave then provokes Kim about everything Kim's father said about drinking margaritas was gay. Kim started to get affected and cried. Dave sings the lyrics to Katy Perry's song and Kim starts to cry and argues that she really likes the song. Kim cried and begged the song not to make it to the chorus. Kim is crying. And without realizing he joined in singing the part oh, oh, oh and ha 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 ha. Kim burst into tears in front of everyone who watched the broadcast. People began to realize that Kim was a weak person. Suddenly he pooped in his pants. People realized he wasn't God because he had an anus. The officers surround the control room, but Suk shoots them with machine guns from inside the room. And Dave kept insulting Kim until Kim took the gun that was in his leg and shot Dave in the chest. Dave collapsed in style in front of the camera. Kim ran out of the interview room. Everyone was sad while waiting for what happened. Dave then got up and showed the bulletproof vest he was wearing. Everyone cheered happily. And Dave did the closing remarks in that interview. Aaron and Suk came to get Dave. They then ran but were stopped by the officers. Suk tries to convince them that Kim is a traitor to the people. Suddenly the officers are shot by a young soldier, who trusts Suk and sided with them. The young soldier helped them out of the room. Another officer comes and tells Kim that Dave escaped and is still alive. Kim was then furious and ordered to prepare nuclear weapons that he had. Aaron, Dave, and Suk. And the dog escapes outside, but is intercepted by Kim's army vehicle. Dave got an idea. He stole Kim's tank and barged out. While Kim's nuclear weapons are ready to fire, Kim appears in a helicopter and shoots at their tanks. Launch is ready. They waited for a signal from Kim. Dave took aim at Kim's helicopter, and the bullets flew slowly toward the helicopter to the accompaniment of an acoustic version of Katy Perry's song. Kim's helicopter crashed and crashed. Nuclear weapon launch cancelled. Everyone is happy. Suk showed the way to get out of the area. But Suk will not go with them. Aaron kissed Suk. Dave and Aaron ran through the tunnel and out in another part of North Korea. Suddenly soldiers came and pointed weapons at them. But it turns out they are SEALs assigned to pick them up. Dave thought he got a call from President Obama. But it turned out to be just Lacey. They ran and got into the boat to the Scorpions' song Wind of Change. Dave read a speech about their success in carrying out the mission. Dave continued to dramatize his speech, about how he made someone who was considered God cry and poop in his pants just because of his questions. Thank you for watching my video. Be sure to hit that like button and consider subscribe to my YouTube channel, so I will got some energy to make such video. By the way, this was my first movie recap video. Please comment and criticize me.